What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly sports history for October 29th, 2022. I don't even know where to begin. This is probably going to be the biggest show we've had since I've started doing these almost like 6 weeks ago. But I guess there's only one place to start. What a game. And that's all I can say is what a game. First, you get down 5-0 against a team that won 106 games with the basically probable Cy Young Award winner for the American League, a first ballot Hall of Fame pitcher. And what do? Come back, you tie it up. Go into extra innings, and you think, okay, this is where they're going to pull away and they're going to win it. Nope. JT hits the home run in the 10th. You have Nick Castellanos doing, I don't know what he's doing. He makes me nervous because if those balls get by, forget about it. But he's making the catches. We'll go with it. So our Phillies are 3 games away from a world championship with your real ace on the mound tonight in Zach Wheeler. Think about that. You're up 1-0 with Zach Wheeler on the mound tonight. I love it. We stole the game, but now I'm greedy. This is new Philly. I'm not satisfied with going back 1-1. I want to go up 2-0 and not have to go back to Houston. So there you go. What a game. Give a quick shout out to the Upper Dublin Cardinals football team who finished their regular season 10-0 and will be playing a District 1 playoff game next week. Good luck, Cardinals. Before we get into this day, the Sixers did play last night. JoJo was out with a knee injury. I don't know if it was just load management or what, but they called it a knee injury. So it was Tyrese Maxey's night, and he shined. 44 points, Sixers win. Seemed like Doc, it's even more concerning that with Joe not in the lineup, they were able to play the way they did. So is it a Doc Rivers thing? I don't know. With something, like I said, to keep monitoring and see. But good to see the Sixers get back on the winning side. Phils win, obviously. Hashtag new Philly. Let's do it. But this day in Philly sports history, October 29th, 2008, was Game 5 of the World Series, Part 2. So if you remember the other night, or the other day, we talked about Game 1 where the rains came in and the umps kind of questionably did not call it for whatever reason, but they picked up. It was the bottom of the 6th, and I just remember it was a weird feeling. It's like you have this 3.5 inning sprint baseball game with the score was already tied and go, but we went with it, and Jeff Jenkins led off with a double. He pinched hit for Cole Hamels, and honestly, I thought the way he hit it, I thought the ball was going to be out, but he hit a double. Rollins ended up bunting him over to third, and Jason Worth ended up knocking it in to give the Phils the lead. Top of the 7th, Tampa Bay hit a homer to tie it back up, and then they got into a little bit of trouble, and this is probably one of my all-time favorite plays from probably not only Philly history, but that world, or not only that World Series, but Philly's history. It was the ball came to Chase Utley, and it looked like Tampa was going to score a run. Could have easily scored a run, and it was going to be a tough play at first or whatever. So he faked the throw to first, came home, and I forget who it might have been Rocco Baldelli or one of those guys, but he threw him out at the plate after he faked it, threw it home, and that definitely like changed the momentum of that game. I think it was getting a little nerve-wracking there that Tampa Bay they came out fired up. They had time to think about what they were going to do. So you go to the bottom of the 7th. Pat Burrell leads off with a monster double, which again, I thought it was a home run, which at that place would have erupted more so than what it did. But this was Pat's last game at Citizens Bank Park, only hit of that World Series, I believe. So it was a good way for him to get sent off. Got pinched and ran for. I can't think of Brentlett's first name because my brother hates him so much. He's called him so many different first names. Eric Brentlett. Eric Brentlett pinched hit, and he scored when Pedro Feliz knocked him in. J.C. Romero, Brad Litch shut it down. Phils win the World Championship with Harry Kalas's iconic call. The Phillies are 2008 World Series of Baseball. But So that's what happened this day in Philly history in 2008 on October 29th. The championship drought was ended. It was the first one that I had seen that I was old enough to remember. I know the Sixers won in '83, but I was like 4. So this one meant a lot to me, and as much as like obviously I'm the Eagles guy, season ticket and everything. They're my love. But I think my first true love was the Phillies just because, and I mentioned this on one of the pods. It's like just growing up playing baseball, playing wiffle ball in the backyard. Harry Callis and Richie Ashburn were like the soundtrack to the summer because you're outside. And back then we didn't have TVs everywhere like we do now. So you were listening to the radio. A lot of times it was a little battery operated boombox in your AM station listening to the Phillies game. So it was Harry and Whitey. And so this one meant a lot to me. Obviously, probably more than at the time anyway, more than what the Eagles Super Bowl would be, because I think the way this Phillies team was, the fact that it was a baseball team, it just, I don't know. I appreciated it more than what I would have if I think the Eagles won the Super Bowl first and that being the first championship. So this team will always have a special spot for me just because of that. And it makes me happy to hear when people are comparing. There's a lot of comparisons to this current Phillies team to the '08 team. I know on Back to the Future the other night, my brother had a great analysis where this team this year is as fun as the '93 team, but could be better than the '08 team, which if they can win it, obviously they'll have a special spot too. But I would gladly take it because that team in '08 meant a lot to me. And I just remember being super just excited, obviously, going down to Main Street in Manayunk and partying all night, going into work. Probably shouldn't have gone into, well, I ended up going in late, but just looking forward to buying my World Series hat and buying the World Series shirts and going to the parade on Halloween that Friday. Like it just was a very, very fun time to be a Philly fan. It reminds me a lot of what's happening right now. So sorry about the rant. I'm still tired from being up late last night, but whenever I talk about this Game 5 of the 2008 World Series, it just brings back the flood of memories. So thanks for listening to my TED Talk. But we got business to take care of tonight. I want to see them come out on fire and punch the Astros in the mouth, much like they punched us, and then just keep steamrolling them. I like the way that Thompson managed the bullpen. You have your ace now on the mound. Let's go. All right, people, go have yourselves a Saturday. Go Phils. Flyers play tonight as well. And until next time, I will see you when I see you.